You've been saying to yourself that you are ready to start a tax business, but you're not quite sure how to get started. In today's video, I'm going to give you about 7 tips what you need to do to get started right now, today. In case you're just joining me for the very first time on my YouTube channel, I'm Dr. Cozette M, America's #1 tax and accounting strategist. I help tax pros just like yourselves grow highly profitable virtual firms using social media as a way to gain organic clients. Now, maybe you're saying, I'm not the salesperson. I don't know anything about taxes, or I don't know if I'm ready to jump on social media and divulge all of my business. That's okay. That's like old ways. You got to get over it and come into the today, you all. So listen, I have been in this industry, in this mega billion-dollar industry for over 20 years. I love what I do, and I love educating, empowering, and inspiring. And one thing that I'm always asked is, how can I get started in this industry, Dr. White? Well, for years, I thought I wasn't telling everybody, but I realized that it is my responsibility to reach back and pull those forward that are interested in getting into this billion-dollar industry. Every year, we have so many tax professionals that come into this industry. Some are successful, some aren't. But guess what? In today's video, I want to teach you how can you get started. Okay, first of all, the very first thing you want to do is invest in yourself. And what is it that I mean by investing in yourself? You want to ensure that you take a course, a basic income tax course, 60 hours of education on the tax law, understanding the tax codes, understanding how you can jump in and start doing what we call a basic income tax return. Now, in most basic income tax courses, they're going to teach you how to do what we call a Schedule C, which is a business return for sole proprietors in limited liability corporations. But you're going to learn things such as, what are the exemptions? What is standard deduction? What are the Schedule A's, the Schedule C's, the Schedule B's, and so much more. Who's required to do an income tax return? Is it reportable income? Is it non-reportable income? Those are just some of the things that you will learn in an income tax course, but it is critical. It is vital that you get the education. You see, one thing that I do know for sure, and one thing that I have seen in some of my colleagues, those that don't get the professional courses or don't take any courses, jump in and have obstacles. Now, we don't want anybody to have any obstacles. No, that's not what we want. I want everybody that comes into this industry to be successful. I also want you guys to be ethical, all right, and abide by the laws, the tax codes. I don't know about you guys, but it ain't worth it. All money is not good money. So when you come into this industry, you got to follow the laws. You have to abide. You have to represent other tax professionals, okay? So as you are taking your class, you need to also register to get your PTIN. Now, you may have heard about a PTIN, and that's a personal tax identification number, referred to as PTIN. And what that PTIN does is it identifies you as the tax professional that worked on a taxpayer's return. It also signals to the Internal Revenue Service that, either you're registered, you've complied with all of the regulatory rules, and every single tax return that you perform, you are required to put your PTIN, your personal tax identification number. That way the IRS can trace that return back to you. They know that you did it. If there's any issues with it, you as the paid professional, they will flag you to ask you any questions about the return, okay? You want to decide on a business name. Do your research. Research a business name that you will be proud of, one that represents you, who you are, It may have some significance to it. It may have some history to it, but do some research and ensure that the name is not being used in your state, your city, or anyone else has it, okay? You can reserve names in your state, your city, your state, at the state agencies when you register to become a business owner, okay? You have to decide, are you gonna stay as a sole proprietor? I would tell you not to. Register your business as a limited liability organization, a limited liability company, okay? Do you want to start off as an S Corp? That's a whole nother conversation, but here's what I'm gonna tell you. When you decide to become an S Corp, most S Corps or organizations switch over to an S Corp once they've reached at least, at minimum, $75,000 in net profits. Okay, that's just a tip. Had nothing to do with today, but I wanted to leave you guys just that tip. You want to register your business in your state. Okay, I just said it. Limited liability corporation is what I would recommend, but I would say narrow down the why, look at your pros, look at your cons, look at everything. Just don't sit and take information from someone who is non-knowledgeable. A professional can assist you, okay? If you decide that you want to go to third parties such as LegalZoom, make sure you're very clear in your direction, in your ask with LegalZoom, okay? Nothing against them, but you may not get the full package. You'll get basically what you ask for when you go to Zoom, all right? We do offer business formation. If you head over to our website, which is www.myfinancialhome, just look on the menu and you will see that we do offer business formation consultations, and we do set up S Corps, C Corps, limited liabilities, not-for-profit entities as well. All right. Obtain an EIN number. That can be done by heading over to the Internal Revenue Services website if you need to get your EIN number. And once you have all of the appropriate documents in hand, meaning you've gotten your articles of incorporation back from the Secretary of State or whomever you register with, whatever state you reside in, you have the appropriate documentation, then you are eligible for opening up a checking account, okay? You want to decide, is it a business checking account? Based on what I know and what we've been through lately, you want to ensure that you have a business account and that everything ties. You want to make sure that the name of your business, the exact name, is what is on that bank account, is what is registered with your Secretary of State, and also how you registered your business with the Internal Revenue Service, okay? You want to ensure that you apply for all your local permits, any licenses that you are required to have in your jurisdiction, in your city, in your area, okay? Every city is a little different, all right? And I'm gonna say this, it wasn't part of what I wanted to discuss, but as a business owner, a brand new business owner, someone that is looking to start out as a brand new tax professional, guys, listen, I work from home. I've been working from home since 2006. This thing, what they call virtual and working remote. I have been doing this since 2006. So there's pros and cons to it, okay? Learn to set your business up for success. Learn to set your business up so that you can run a successful business remotely, virtually, okay? I teach a course on how to start and grow your virtual tax firm, but I need for y'all to get the education part down first, okay? But I just wanted to put that out there. So let me recap really quickly. What are some of the things you need to do in order to start out as a tax professional? Listen, y'all, this is an essential business, meaning we are necessary. I will say that this is a very lucrative business. I'm not going to give you any false stories like you can make $100,000 in 4 months or anything like that. I'm going to say stop. Just stop it right there. Let's put the brakes on. Can you do it? Yes. Where there's a will, there's a way. But when I look at statistics and when I look at my colleagues and I look at the new professionals that are coming into this industry, on average, you guys, they are making from about $10,000 to $40,000 and up their first year as a tax professional. Can you do it? Heck yeah, you can do it. Okay. So the first thing I said, you need to enroll in a course. Head on over to our website. I will list it in the thread below where you can register for our course. We teach all students in all 50 states. You want to make sure that you obtain your PTIN. You want to ensure that you decide on a business name, register in the state in which you are going to be doing business as. You want to also get your EIN number, open up a checking account, and make sure you have all of the correct permits and licensing that you have. And there's one more important thing that you need to ensure that you do. If you are going to be a tax professional and you are working for yourself, you will need to get what we call an EFIN. An EFIN is an electronic, I forget what it's, I'm sorry guys, EFIN. EFIN, but it is a number that the Internal Revenue Service gives you so that you can electronically file all tax returns. Without this number, you will not be able to electronically file any tax returns. Okay, so in order to get this EFIN, there are a couple of things that you must do. Number one, you have to get that PTIN. Number two, you will have to get a background check, meaning they will need you to be fingerprinted. You must be current with all of your tax requirements. You can have a tax liability, but just as long as you've had communication with the Internal Revenue Service and you have some type of agreement set up with them where you're paying them, that's okay. You cannot have any felonies. And I'm not going to tell you to let this deter you from going down this avenue, this road, because there are some exceptions to every rule. But what I will say, if you have a felony and it has anything to do with money, embezzlement, money laundering, then this is not the ideal thing for you to do. Okay, you will not be in a position where you can get an EFIN and transmit files. Okay, just putting it out there. All right, so listen guys, don't forget to click the subscribe button. Make sure you are notified each and every time that I go live. You can get the chime. It'll tell you Dr. Cozette has uploaded a video or Dr. Cozette is live on YouTube. All right, I'm going to place the link below so that you can connect with me. You can either set up a discovery call or you can join me in my next VIP webinar where I teach strategies for growing a highly virtual firm, a successful firm. All right. In the meantime, guys, make sure you guys follow me on all social media outlets at Cozette M White. That's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. All right. You guys go on out there and do what? Have yourselves an awesome and amazing day. I can't wait to connect with you on my next YouTube. Bye-bye.